What's up, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Charm City Heavyweights. Josh is having some technical difficulties. Just realized it during the running video. I'm the host, Matt Trigger, and this is Charm City Heavyweights podcast brought to you by Great 8 Sports Memorabilia in Parkville, Maryland. We are going to be talking a little bit of Ravens football tonight. We got a bye week this week. Talk a little bit about the Chargers game. It's just been a very busy situation for both of us. The last week or so between work and family obligations. So, yeah, we're live tonight, and things are gonna, the team's getting a chance to rest, on a little bit of an extended break. With this bye week, it came at the right time. We have a lot of injuries going on, and I don't want to ramble on too much and get into a lot of the topics without my partner in crime. So hopefully he's going to be here relatively in the next few minutes. Hoping, wishing, and praying. This is great. Yep. Gotta love live shows. That was
Are we
awkward.
on there?
Yeah, we're on air, bud. I did the
Oh,
intro
nice.
already.
Nice.
Welcome to the show, Josh.
Nice. Thank you. Welcome to Charm City Heavyweights. It is weird. I'm coming live from the man cave. It was a victorious man cave. It is an upgraded man cave. It's under construction right now during the bye week. We'll be sending some pictures out soon, later in the week. That game was awesome, but it was scary. I love this team, man. My big concern is three things. One, John Harbaugh's decision making is kind of weird, really bad this season, really bad. Two, Lamar is not hitting outside the numbers at all. Over the middle, inside the numbers, he is lights out, deadly accurate. Any arm angle looks like Patrick Mahomes. Outside the numbers, he is below average. He is not even 50%. He is bad outside the numbers so far. He can not find that touch for whatever reason it is outside the numbers. He either doesn't put enough air under it, he puts too much air under it. And then my third concern is this offense is good and maybe the best I've ever seen in purple and black in Baltimore. But they hit these weird spots, man, where they get stagnant or like confused. But they come out of it. When they come out of it, it's I don't know if it's Lamar getting confused about what he's reading. On tape, it's really weird when it's happening that there's nothing different from when it's working. It's just like the ball is just not getting there. The other concern I have too, by the way, is Ronnie Stanley. We got to talk about him. He is going to get our $260 million quarterback killed. He is not playing well. He's not playing well at all. If his name wasn't Ronnie Stanley, he wouldn't even be on the field. He's not playing at an NFL level. He's getting pushed back. He was getting pushed back in Arizona by guys we don't even know who they are, practice squad guys. He is bad, man. It is not good. He can't plant. Mac was just he can't drop his head. Mac was just having a good time with him, and he was fucking with him. It's all over the film. He was just throwing him back like he was nothing. And I'm concerned for the safety of Lamar Jackson at the moment.
Yeah, I know that the film dropped. I know we played it on Sunday night, and the film dropped a couple days, well, more than a couple days ago now. But it's crazy to me, man, how we light the league on fire for 4 or 5 weeks on offense, and then we become stagnant. And now we're praying that we can get at least 2 scoring drives to help the defense out. And the defense played a hell of a game Sunday night,
Lights
and
out.
they have been phenomenal for the bet. They were starting to slow down a little bit with the injuries, starting to pile up. You could tell something wasn't right with Queen, something wasn't right with Roquan. Marlon's missing games again, and
This
it was
secondary doesn't skip a beat with or without Marlon. Let's make that perfectly clear, though.
and that's what I wanted to talk to you about too. Brandon Stevens has been a pleasant surprise.
Dude's the second coming of Chris McAllister. I'm telling you, bro. Watch.
He's played at a very high level this year. Not to mention that he has been a presence in the run game as well with his tackling at the line of scrimmage and in the box.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some awkward situations where we got 5 games left, so we're in the final stretch of the season. So this is stuff that we can start talking about to a degree. It's December, and the playoffs will be here before we know it, and the off season will be here before we know it. This team is going to look crazy different next year. And I'm not talking about just the money with Lamar kicking in and what it's going to entail. You really got to look at whether you're going to keep Marlon Humphrey around at the money he's making. Stanley's not going to be kept around. His contract's going to be difficult to maneuver because of the dead money, unless you designate him a post June 1st.
Yeah, but that money frees up next year, Matt. That's the thing. If they don't pay him that $12 million bonus in July or whatever it is, his money isn't dead. He can be cut because he's in the final years.
Right, and then you got to evaluate whether or not you want to continue down this path with Marcus Williams. You got a lot of key players that are free agents at the end of the year. Justin Madubuike is probably going to be franchised.
He's got to be. Yeah, he's got to be because he's going to warrant $90 million, something crazy, man. Duke has 10 sacks. Ravens tried to lock him down last offseason, tried to give him like a 4-year, $45 million deal. He said, no, sir. Came out, has 10 sacks. The man could shut it down right now and get $90 million.
Exactly. And on top of that,
but people don't understand though, like, because I was talking to a guy at work, like, he's putting up Aaron Donald-esque numbers. I said it a few weeks ago, and he's continuing to put up the same stats as Aaron Donald. I'm not saying he is Aaron Donald or nothing like that, but he is putting up the same kind of numbers, so he is going to want to get paid in that vicinity, and somebody will give him that.
Somebody will definitely give him that, and I just know the Ravens have a history of paying defensive linemen, so I'm not too worried about it. The only deal that really came back to bite us in the ass the last 15 years or so has been the Brandon Williams contract, and that's just simply because age and injuries caught up to him. It was a combination of both. He wasn't nearly what he was prior to his injuries. When you're a 350-pound nose tackle, breaking your ankle, fracturing your ankle, that's detrimental to your style of play, how you move, how you plant, how you cut, how much weight you can lift, all that. It's a lot of moving parts, but I think they're going to end up paying Madubuike. They're going to look and see how much the cap's going to go up again next year. They're going to see what money they can cut where. Geno Stone, he's still playing at a high level. The interceptions are still there, but he hasn't. They're staying away from him in the passing game now.
Yeah,
they're not throwing in his direction.
Hamilton screwed him over
a couple times.
That Cincy game, he took one from him.
Hamilton's going to be our next big defensive contract.
Yes.
He is going to warrant crazy money.
Yes.
This bye week though.
But how do you pay him, man? Because he's not. It's going to almost be like Suggs was back in the day. It's like he does, like, he's not really a true safety. He's kind of like a slot linebacker kind of deal. I don't know what the hell to call him. On film,
Yeah,
he's like an extra linebacker. That's what he looks like to me. A linebacker that you throw on a tight end every once in a while. You roll out with a wide out. And I just want to say that play on film, man, it is a thing of beauty watching Hamilton stretch out, dude. From the way he cuts his hips and the angle he takes and how he doesn't put his hands up to the last second and he's so fucking long. Jeez, he just stretches out like Superman in the air and just like he knew the whole time, bro. It was just amazing, man. Like he
he
knew not to put his arms up yet. He did it the last possible second, and he's
he
so
plays
long.
he plays
He's so
instinctual
long.
football. He
Yes.
definitely plays instinctual football.
And I like
There's
that quote out of the Ravens coaching staff today. It said, "Hey, don't let Kyle Hamilton's baby face fool you. He's out there to rip guys' heads off." I
yeah,
like it.
he's an aggressive dude, and you can't help but love that. The bye week has come at a very,
I
very,
hate the
very
bye week.
opportune. I know, but the Ravens needed it, man. They
They did.
definitely needed it. They needed to be, getting the rest, and they got a very, very tough stretch, and to
Yeah, I
end the
think we
year
got like the hardest schedule, strength of schedule. We're either one or
remaining.
two. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're either one or two.
I'm not looking past the LA Rams. I know they're
Hell
coming
no.
here. I know they're coming here.
Whip their ass.
I know we needed to handle business with LA, but then you got Miami, Jacksonville, San Francisco,
Miami's
and
here.
and Jacksonville. I think
In
Jacksonville's here too.
Jacksonville, it is. It's
Right?
a Sunday night game. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sunday night,
And then we have
Christmas night.
Christmas night on Monday Night Football against the
That
49ers.
game, that game, I got a good feeling about that. That game may be a wash, man. We may need to just. I don't know about that game. That game can go either ways. We're either going to go up there and sneak one, or we're going to go up there and it's just not going to be our night.
Not only that, um, then you got Pittsburgh Week 18, and who knows what Pittsburgh you're going to be getting. They always like to play spoiler to
Hell yeah,
anybody late in the season. It's just one of those situations where
they're just the definition of mediocre in the dictionary.
we gotta win at least 3 out of these next 5, and
If we want the number one seed,
if we want the number 1 seed, I don't think 11-6 is going to get that done though. I really don't think 11-6 is going to get that done.
I don't know, man. Kansas City's not right, man, and Buffalo's definitely not right. Buffalo's almost out of the damn race. They almost can't lose again for a while. But Kansas City's not right, man. Something's weird with them, man. Their offense is not clicking. Travis Kelce, the guy that said he's not retiring for another 3 or 4 years is all of a sudden talking about retiring. I think his little love affair is, he wants kids and he wants what his brother has. So they're weird this year, man. They seem like a team that's been in a lot of Super Bowls, man. That's hard on teams when you're in a lot of Super Bowls like that. You get like no off season. It's almost like the season's over and it's ready to start right back up when you win a Super Bowl. You don't get a lot of time to, take a break. But I don't know, man. That's a good point. I don't know. I don't know if we necessarily got to win 4 out of the next 5, but we can't
I
have a
think you.
bad stretching.
I think
I think we got to win 3 out of them.
I really truly believe that you got to go 12-5 or better to get that number 1 seed. The
Why
AFC
though? Why are
championship
you saying that? Why?
the AFC championship has to come through Baltimore. It
Has to.
can't.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It cannot go through KC. I I don't care what kind of year the Kansas City Chiefs are having. If you've got to go into Arrowhead in January, that it's even louder than here, and I don't trust that. Even though Lamar's gone in there and won, it's a different situation in the playoffs. That's where you
Lamar's never gone in there and won. He's won that beat him here.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I stand
Flacco
corrected.
has though back in the day.
I stand corrected. It's still
Yes.
one of those situations where you've got to really like lock in as a team and get this home field advantage. I know it didn't work out well for us in 2019, but this is a different team. You need they are more comfortable at home. I know they've lost here. I think they've lost here twice this year.
Colts and Browns, yeah.
Yeah, the Colts and the Browns, and we lost to Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where you got to secure home field advantage because you don't want to go chance going to Pittsburgh. I mean, not to Pittsburgh. You don't want a chance going to Kansas City. You don't want a chance going to Miami. We're historically awful in Miami, so it's imperative that we get this this locked up. You got to win at least 3 out of the next 5. You gotta do what you got to do. I want to
Yeah,
see
I mean, it's hard to argue that. I don't know, man. Let's just take it 1 week at a time and see how this shit goes. I think there's something special about this team. I got a feeling, man. I got a feeling something's brewing. And I got a feeling everything is like really, really close to clicking and going full cylinder. Like we're about to hit that last gear. You know what I mean? I just got a feeling we're about
I
to.
was feeling that way when we were putting up 30 plus points for
It's coming.
for a month straight, and then
It's coming.
you struggle against the Chargers to put up points. The
But
defense
it
is
was
one of
in LA. I mean, come on.
the
Justin Herbert
defense.
is a good quarterback.
Come on, we can't have this argument right now.
He's a good quarterback. I mean, come on. He's paid what he's paid for a reason.
But the thing is, he got paid because of Lamar, and Lamar got paid because of Deshaun Watson.
Well, that's how it works.
If you right, but that's what I'm saying. He got paid because they had no other choice but to pay him. When
Justin Herbert's not a good quarterback.
I didn't say he was a bad quarterback. I'm just saying he's not what everybody believes him to be. He
Why?
is not. He's not. What has he's done? He's won less than almost every other so-called top-ranked quarterback in the NFL. His winning percentage isn't as high as everybody else's.
That's because he's got a bad coach, I believe.
That coach has no business being on the NFL sideline. Staley sucks. I thought he was going to get fired last Monday. I thought for sure I was going to wake up. I didn't think I was going to wake up and see Frank Reich getting fired. I thought I was going to see Brandon Staley getting fired.
Yeah.
And look at the weapons that he has. He's had Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams on that offense since he got there.
All right.
So you have 2 number 1 wide receivers, a bona fide dual threat running back, a good offensive line, with the exception of this year. There's no excuse. And you have a ton of good defensive players on that team. To me, he's just a slightly above average quarterback. I would put him in that. I would put him in that 10 to 15 range in the NFL.
Hey, you always said that about Josh Allen, and now it's starting to kind of look like you may have been right.
Because Josh Allen is pretty much Taysom Hill with a better arm.
Yeah.
If you okay, I'm not trying to go too far off topic here, but let's use our team as an example to this.
Why not? Go off topic, motherfucker. We killed the Chargers.
Okay. If you take Lamar Jackson and put him on that Los Angeles Chargers team with those wide receivers and that running back, if you put Lamar Jackson in Buffalo with Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders was there for a while, Cole Beasley was there for a while, and that defense that they've had up there for a while, he's winning a lot of football games still. If you put Josh Allen here in the Lamar years and you put Justin Herbert here in the Lamar years, we don't win nearly as many football games. We don't. Because we've up until this year, we've had an elite tight end, but we've never had above average to elite wide receiver play. And this is the best group of wide receivers that Lamar's ever had. So to me, what I've been saying on this show for over a year now, when it comes to talking about other NFL quarterbacks, Allen is what he is. He doesn't have it, and neither does Herbert. And the thing is, a lot of people are going to say Lamar doesn't have it, but Lamar is better than both of them. The only quarterbacks in the NFL right now that might be better than Lamar Jackson overall are Pat Mahomes and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
He's in that conversation with those guys. Mahomes is going to be the greatest quarterback that ever plays the game if he continues to win Super Bowls at the rate that Tom Brady won. But he's going to go down as the best modern day quarterback of our generation. Of the
Probably.
2020s, he's going to be that guy. But Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts are right there. I don't think that there's and what's crazy is he's the most efficient he's been, and he's not throwing touchdowns. It doesn't make sense to me, but it's happening. He's got a 70% completion percentage. Damn near.
I know.
He's making checks at the line. He's making his reads. He's
doing a lot of things that we were worried about. He's doing everything except the outside throws. I don't know why, man, but he just does not.
And he's dicey on the deep ball.
Yeah.
At best, he's dicey at best.
Like he can't judge. It's like he can't judge. It's either he puts too much air under it, or he doesn't put enough air under it, or he throws like a weird line drive kind of. It's so weird. It's like he can't decide, and you can see it when you watch it real slow, man. It's almost like he hesitates. He's not sure.
He hasn't had any of these wide receivers for more than a season or two.
He's not sure. Like, should I put air under it? Should I?
He was sure about Hollywood because Lamar came in the league in 2018. Hollywood came in 2019, and they had 2019, 2020, and 2021 together. They had 3 whole years together. So when Lamar threw Hollywood the deep ball, they had a good battery connection together.
Yeah.
Because that was 3 years of them working on that, and they're both South Florida boys. They're down there in the off season working on it. Bateman's only been here for a couple years. OBJ's been here for less than a season. Duvernay doesn't get on the field enough to warrant that.
Duvernay is what he is, bro. He is not Asante Samuel. We need to get over that, move past that. He is what he is. He's a good kick returner, a good punt returner, and he's decent. If you want to throw him out there in the slot once in a while.
He's not
Asante Samuel. Stop giving him the sweeps and shit. Moncton, chill with all. He's not quick enough. He can't get around a corner. It never works. It's always a loss. Cut it out.
If you think about it, though, there's at least 2 or 3 other guys on this team that could return kicks just as well as he could.
Oh yeah, of course.
Justice Hill could adequately be our kick returner and punt returner.
Sure.
Aguilar could probably do it.
Sure, a lot of guys probably could.
If Zay Flowers wasn't such a big part of our offense, he would do it.
Sure.
I mean, the Chiefs had Tyreek Hill returning kicks and punts his first year in the league.
They did.
So
that's what Pittsburgh did with Antonio Brown too. I mean, there's been a lot.
They did it with Antonio. They did it with Brando L. They did it with Wallace. Smart. They did it with everybody. Yeah.
That's why we used to let Reed catch punts once in a while. Brian Billick
he did that flipping and back toss and shit.
Yeah.
Every time Reed returned a punt, you hold your breath because you didn't know if he was going to pitch the ball and it was going to hit the ground or if he was going to get a rolled up ankle or some.
Yeah, he was in full fucking mode when he was running back kicks, man.
Exactly. So yeah, Duvernay is what he is, but Lamar, it's showing that Lamar doesn't have the rapport with everybody other than Andrews because they haven't been here very long, and it takes years to develop chemistry. Look at how Tom Brady had chemistry with Julian Edelman, with Wes Welker, with Deion Branch and Troy Brown over the length of his Patriots career because he was with them for multiple years. The only time he had impeccable chemistry with somebody that was there for 1 or 2 years was Randy Moss, but that's Randy fucking Moss. So yeah. But
I've been told by a little birdie that they hit a lot of those balls in practice. It just hasn't happened in a game really yet. But we'll see, man. Me and you had this talk the other day. I don't necessarily agree with you. I kind of think that's just a part of his game he's not great at, and I don't know if it's ever going to get any better because I just feel like at this point it is what it is.
But the thing is, it's not like it's a skill. It's not an intangible that you either have or you don't. He has the speed.
But
if anything,
it's an instinct too, man. It's an instinct.
It's an instinct. But if I can complain about Lamar for anything, it's his mechanics and his deep ball. But they go hand in hand.
Sure. Yeah, he definitely gets lazy as mechanic. When he starts having picks, it's when he starts getting lazy. Yeah. Throwing off his back foot, not planting his feet when he's throwing, twisting his hips. He will get that. That's a issue he has to. But he for this season. I mean, once in a while you'll see it this season on tape, but for the most part, nah, man, he's been different. He's been completely different. Not being lazy. It's like he took that out of his game, but it does sneak around once in a blue moon. I don't know, man. I'm just excited. I'm happy with this team. I'm excited
So am
where
I.
this is going to go. I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. And the one
What
thing I
more
think
could
is
you ask for? We're in the thick of it. We're number one seed right now. Where are we going to end up? Who knows? What's going to happen? Who knows? But that's all you can ask for as a Ravens fan. I mean, shit. We done seen them win it, been to the top of the mountain before. I mean, it's going to feel the same if they get back, but we just want to be, in the race. We want to be at the bottom of the mountain, trying to get up there.
no, I get it, but it's just one of those situations where you're 9-3. You're in your bye week. You got L.A.
He
Rams,
gave
and
them
then
the whole week too.
But the thing is, they need that. He
They're
is not
saying,
he's not an easygoing camp cupcake kind of coach. The dude's been notorious. We've had former players of John Harbaugh on this show that said that they had to have a near mutiny in the locker room to get him to ease up. That's just the reality of it. There's no other way to put it, Josh. The guy, we don't know what kind of practice he runs for the most part, and you're going to get biased reporting from 105.7 because they're given almost unmitigated access to the castle, to the media, to the meeting room, and the practice field. So we don't know what he put these guys.
I'm sure media practices are ran completely different than
Of course
private
they are.
practice. Yeah.
So to me, I think that they need to go back and they need to play Ravens football the rest of the way. They got to lean heavy on the run game. You've got Gus Edwards, who's having a contract career year. You got this young kid, Keaton Mitchell, who we both love, and his dad came on and talked glowingly about him. It's so crazy that a backup safety, from the 2000 Super Bowl team that made that one historic play with the kick return, the field goal return for a touchdown. His son is now lighting up for the Ravens as probably their 1A 1B starting running back, and it's great. We love Anthony. He came on the show and gave us his time and all that, man. But we got to lean heavy on Gus and Keaton going forward because that's how you beat these teams that are coming up. You got to beat Miami into submission. You got to beat Jacksonville into submission. You got to impose your will on San Francisco. And
that's going to be all out war, man.
Yeah, and then the LA Rams still have Aaron Donald, and our last I checked, our offensive line is not performing the best.
Yeah, that's scaring me, man. That's freaky. Hey, are we going to have Rams fans on, sir? Have you talked to the producers, the writers?
I've talked to a couple people,
CEOs.
I've talked to a couple of people on Twitter. We should have a Rams show on Thursday night.
We're going to have former St. Louis Ram, part of the greatest show on earth, Torrey Holt, on the next show.
Yeah, all right. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't fucking do that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, man, but I know that this is going to be one of those situations where we gotta not. This can't be a trap game. You gotta treat this like they're.
No, they're gonna be ready to play, man. They're gonna be fresh.
Like they're first in the AFC and the NFC.
We're gonna run right through them. We're gonna be fresh. We're gonna run right through them.
We're gonna be fresh, but we're gonna be fresh and we're gonna be at home.
Don't even worry about it.
I'm gonna worry about it. I worry about it every single time. This is the first weekend of football since August where I haven't been stressed out.
Bullshit. We played Thursday night the other week. The second one.
No, I'm talking about. I mean, that was still a game that week, though. But I don't have to worry about watching them until 4:00 next weekend. So that's where I'm at with that. We got some comments coming in. Brandon Mitchell said those issues surface mostly when Ronnie Stanley and them get their asses kicked.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very true, Mitch. We when Ronnie Stanley struggles, the entire offense struggles. We can't forget to give Gus the rock. That's from my boy Joel from work. Yeah, we gotta feed Gus. Can't forget about him. I know that they're trying to get Keaton. They've progressively given Keaton more carries every single game since since the breakout game that he had, a couple weeks ago.
Teams
So-
have been not letting him get around the edge, yo.
Oh no, they're playing like a 46 style defense where they've got almost eight or nine guys in the box when
He's going to have to learn to go up the middle and have
Yep.
success if he wants to be a player in this league for a while. He's going to have to learn to get up the middle.
Yeah, I think he will. Mitch also said Keaton should be still used less than Gus. I love him as a closer. Hill doing his thing too. I hope the Browns beat the hell out of the Rams so we can come in and hang 50 on them in the cold. Yeah, I would like to. Honestly, I don't know if I want to see the Rams lose to Cleveland. But, I'm conflicted because Joe Flacco is starting for him, but at the same time, Cleveland's still hanging around record-wise with the division. So I think I'm going to go LA Rams for that one, Mitch. I'm sorry. Sundays without Ravens football are the best during the season, stress-free. Joe, that's
True.
That's the most true statement ever. It's stress-free Sunday. Kev, what's up, man? Thank you for tuning into the show. We got a bunch of guys at work that are chiming in, showing love to the podcast. It's just one of those things, man, where you don't want to, go in too relaxed. I hope they go in there and they just punch them in the mouth next Sunday. I hope that come Thursday night we look at the injury report that they're going to post and we see who's going to be playing. I hope that Odell plays. I hope that Marlon plays.
Put your skirt
Huh?
down. You're showing a little too much ass. That's for the pre-show for the Rams game.
I apologize. We got more comments filling in. Kev said, shout out to my man Josh, always a fan.
What's up, Kev?
Hey, look, man. I mean, we don't got a whole lot much more to talk about with football.
No shit, I'm tired as a motherfucker.
The winter meetings start tomorrow for baseball, so
Yep.
we're gonna be seeing what the Orioles are gonna do. Hopefully, they get
Maryland Terps basketball sucks.
No, they're fucking awful right now. That's why we haven't really done any Maryland basketball because they can't beat.
There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk. They can't score. They can't shoot. Willard has got to be losing his effing mind.
They can't score. They can't shoot. Like you said, they can't play defense.
No, it's bad.
Even the women's team is having a down year by all accounts. And then you got the Maryland football team that does well in September and October, and then they fall apart in November and December. They can't,
coaching.
It's not going to get any better next year when you got USC and UCLA in the conference.
Oh yeah, I'm convinced, man. I've seen so many coaches at Maryland football throughout my life. I've only seen a few have nobody's had success like the Fridge. So he took them to a damn BCS bowl, Peach Bowl. We got killed, but whatever. Or the Orange Bowl, and the Peach Bowl, I believe. He made it to a couple big bowls. But since him, man, Durkin, it's unfortunate that kid died because I think Durkin could have been one of the guys that turned it around just because he was so successful in recruiting and was a huge name in recruiting, especially in Florida, where guys like Lamar and Hollywood and Zay Flowers come from, and Ed Reed and people like that. Ed Reed was from New Orleans, sorry. Well, he went to Miami.
We talked about this before. We talked about this earlier today, Josh, in our text, that you got all these prominent high schools for football. This is a hotbed on the East Coast.
Yeah, we got to get a big time coach. It's not going to change. They got to get a guy like
you're already at a disadvantage when you got West Virginia, Virginia Tech, Penn State, Ohio State, all within a 5 to 6 hour drive from Maryland. Yeah. And then you got
to make a big hire, man. I know they tried a few years ago. That dude from Texas Tech. That's before they hired DJ Durkin, whatever his name was. That dude they were trying to get from Texas Tech. They've done everything. Like Maryland has like the top football facilities, all that. Obviously, none of that shit is getting kids there. We got to get good coach. They got to somehow hire a big time coach, even if they got to overpay him.
I thought someone,
a big name to come here Yeah,
should have.
a big
I think
name.
they should have
Stop
hired
with these
Petrino when they had.
mediocre names, man. Yeah, stop with the mediocre names, giving guys chance. No, it has to be a guy who's won and a guy who is considered to be able to take teams to a national
But
championship.
look at
And until we do that, no one's going to take it serious.
you can go on any high school football website right now and go to St. Francis and look at how many players they got going to Division One. Mount St. Joe, Loyola, Dunbar, Good Counsel, Georgetown Prep, John Carroll, St. John's Prep. You got all the public schools in the city that have these 3 and 4 star recruits. You got the 5 stars all through St. Francis and the MIAA schools, and next to none of their names says committed University of Maryland. They're going to places like Texas, Alabama, Ohio State, Penn State, Miami, FSU. They're going out to the West Coast. We need a big time coach that can come in here and, like you said, and keep these kids in our backyard. I'm gonna take it all the way back to the mid to late 2000s. There's no reason that Tavon Austin should have been playing for the Mountaineers. He should have been a Terp.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs was the last prominent guy that really made noise at Maryland. I mean, I know Torrey Smith and all those guys, they're somewhat local, but Trayvon went to Alabama. His brother went to Alabama. He couldn't even convince his brother to sign with Maryland. So like you said, it's a huge recruiting hassle. If we could recruit for football the way that we can recruit for basketball, it would be a powerhouse school. They would compete in the Big Ten. The worst thing that could happen to them is them moving out of the ACC. And now that you've got all these big name West Coast schools moving into the Big Ten, it totally defeats the purpose. I think that they should honestly consider moving back to the ACC or jumping to the Big 12 or something like that. It's asinine at this point.
Yeah, it's bad. And until they hire a coach, like I said, until they hire a coach that is a national championship winner, contender, what have you, they're never going to get over that hump. That's the only way they could get those kids in here. They'd be a powerhouse, man. It'd be a powerhouse. They'd have to add on the Bird Stadium. It'd be packed. I mean, you can get Maryland football season tickets for nothing.
Yeah, like $150. They'll get you like nosebleeds for the year.
Yeah.
But we'll be back though, Josh. Let's just wrap this puppy up.
Shut it down.
We'll be back 9:30 on Thursday night. Hopefully we have
with some Rams punks, and I'm going to bring it. Let them know about themselves. Let them know how their team should be back in St. Louis.
And then we're off to the races starting
For the
Thursday.
rest of the season. And this show's going to rock all the way to the Super Bowl with the Ravens in it. And
can't wait for that.
Yeah.
So
we got some big interviews coming up.
Yep. Go ahead and shut it down, my man. We're not going to talk about that.
Oh. Man, I'm scared as shit. I was about to start dropping names.
Yeah,
I won't do that. I won't. All right, Ravens fans, look, tomorrow just enjoy. Be on the lookout for those new pictures of the new additions in the cave. You ain't going to believe it. You're going to want to see it. And I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to bed. And my daughters all day today. They wore me the hell out. And we're shutting it down. We're shutting it down. Shut it down. Peace be with you.